Imagine a farmer in rural India, trapped not just by poverty, but by the inability to escape hunger or seek education for her children. She's not just poor, she's unfree. Amartya Sen sets this scene to shatter a common myth. Development isn't just GDP growth, it's about expanding freedoms. But what does freedom really mean, and why is it the secret engine of progress? Let's unravel this idea that flips economics upside down. Sen challenges the old-school idea that wealth alone builds progress. Instead, he asks, what if freedom itself is the real driver? Let's dive into how expanding actual freedoms reshapes lives. In Bihar, a region long plagued by famine, Sen noticed something crucial. Famine struck not because food wasn't available, but because people lacked the freedom, the capability, to buy or grow food. A widow couldn't work openly, a landless farmer couldn't negotiate wages. This wasn't just hunger. It was a trap of denied freedoms where starvation was the system's cruel outcome. Think of freedom as a Swiss Army knife, not just one blade, but tools for health, education, political voice, and economic opportunity. It's this toolkit that lets people navigate life's storms. Without these tools, growth numbers are just empty stats. Real freedom makes growth visible in every health clinic, every school, every empowered voice. When countries shift focus from pure wealth to freedom, the change is seismic. Sen points to Kerala, India, where despite modest incomes, life expectancy and literacy skyrocket because freedom to access healthcare and education is prioritized. It rewires society's DNA, turning development into a lived reality rather than a spreadsheet number. Sen pulls back the curtain on what economists miss. Development isn't just material wealth, it's about multiple freedoms, many invisible. Let's uncover these hidden forces shaping our world. Take the case of South Africa under apartheid. People lacked not just income but political freedom. Their voices silenced, participation blocked. Sen highlights how political freedoms act as the heartbeat of progress. Without them, development stalls, inequality deepens, and economic growth becomes hollow. It's freedom's presence or absence that signals a society's health. Economic facilities, access to jobs, markets, credit, are often confused with development. But Sen insists it's the capability to actually use these facilities that matters. Like owning a locked car without keys, economic input means nothing unless you have the capability to start the engine and take control of your journey. Social opportunities, education, healthcare, empowerment reshape lives more profoundly than cash alone. For example, Bangladesh, despite low average incomes, has made giant leaps in women's education and health, translating into lower birth rates and higher productivity. These social freedoms create ripple effects that traditional economics simply overlooks. Sen doesn't just diagnose problems, he paints an optimistic future where freedom leads global development. What if freedom is the ultimate social glue? Let's explore freedom's promise for the planet. Despite record global wealth, Sen warns that billions are still denied elementary freedoms, trapped in cycles of poverty, oppression, and ill health. He calls this a failure of global social accountability. The real gap is not just income, but freedom's uneven distribution, leaving huge swaths of humanity sidelined from progress. Sen champions a new social accountability, societies that don't just chase GDP but create institutions ensuring freedoms for all. Think of this as building a global scoreboard everyone watches. When freedoms are respected and expanded, policies shift, investments flow to where they truly matter, and people hold leaders to their commitments. Finally, freedom isn't just a nice ideal, it's the blueprint for sustainable growth. Environmental destruction, social unrest, economic collapse. Sen argues these can be addressed if development policies embed freedoms deeply. A free population isn't just wealthier, it's healthier, wiser, and invested in the planet's future. Back in Bihar, that farmer's story is no longer just about hunger, it's about the power to choose, to act, to live free. Sen's development as freedom isn't abstract theory, it's a daily fight and a hopeful future. Next time you hear economic growth, ask, is freedom growing too? Try this, look for one small way to support freedom where you live, because real progress starts there. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.